Hello, y'all. So I'm here to discuss two topics into one. So first is Dr. Dre, and then the second one is none other than. Matter of fact, let me close this door. I can hear my voice darn on bouncing off the walls, y'all. But the second one is love and hip hop. I thought I would never say this on this damn show, that I'll be discussing anybody from Love and Hip Hop New York, but they done made their way over to damn Atlanta. So we're going to talk about Mendecees and Yandy ass. But it's been going around that Dr. Dre, Beats by Dre Honey, has not been financially supporting his 38-year-old daughter. And a lot of our people is on the parade train talking about, well, he ain't obligated and all this. And it's like, when it comes to a black woman, here we go, just so quickly saying that, oh, well, she's grown and she should be able to take care of herself, this, that, and the third. And then this is the same narrative that I'm hearing over here on Love and Hip Hop on a smaller scale. So entry-level millionaire and ultra-wealthy millionaire, borderline billionaire, we hearing the same rhetoric. And we wonder why we don't have no generational wealth. And it's because of people like Yandy, Mendecees, and Dr. Dre. Because from what I'm hearing, when it comes to your black daughters, that you don't, number one, educate them on how to become in the business like y'all are. Because bring it on. Well, we're going to hold off on Mendecees for the sake. Let's go on with Dr. Dre first. So Dr. Dre, while people are saying that, well, she's grown and she shouldn't have went to the press, this, that, and the third, my thing is this: what got in between y'all relationship where, number one, she ain't, from what I'm hearing, she ain't really conversed with you face to face in over 20 some years anyways, leading up to going to the damn press. So there's some emotional issues going on in the midst of these two situations with Mendecees, Yandy, and Infinity, and Dr. Dre and the daughter, where there's lack of communication. And no amount of money can replace a father's love. And if Dr. Dre was actually a supportive father and was actually there just physically instead of financially, because this goes to prove that money just don't fix your problems. Because once again, if it was just about money, we heard that you were surprised some bit of money and you cut her off once she went to the blogs. But once again, why wasn't you ever there physically? Why haven't you had a relationship? Why do she got to go through the lawyers and accountants to get to you? But you have a relationship with your other children, though. Your biracial children, from what I'm hearing. And that plays a part in it as well. Your more full black darn daughter is darn being cast aside. And then there's a double standard, because I'm hearing that the other children are grown and you don't have no problem supporting them. Now, my thing is this: why is it we teaching none of the children about any sort of financial literacy? Even if they don't want to get in the entertainment business, like, you couldn't set them up with a store and all of this. See, this is what separates us from the Arabs, the Asian folks, from our Chinese folks, our Indians, and all this, that, and the third. Our Africans. See, when they get together, they know how to darn on to steal, the entrepreneur spirit amongst they darn on youngins and whatnots, and darn gonna keep businesses and stuff going amongst the generations. Black folks, we darn gonna get some money, and then we just darn gonna throw our children off and tell them some bullshit talking about, oh, well, you need to go get you a job. We'll provide a couple months worth of rent. What the fuck is a couple months worth of rent during the pandemic? But hold on to that. We're going to get to Mendecees in them in a moment. Back to Dr. Dre. I'm not here for it. I'm not here for this bullshit. Dr. Dre, I don't know what's going on, but you dead ass wrong. You should be. Why is your darn daughter? I mean, that is an embarrassment on a whole nother level. For her to be the daughter of Dr. Dre and saying that she's out here door dashing and darn doing Uber. I mean, that'll be a damn shame. And honey, it wouldn't pay for me to be in her shoes. If he didn't want to help me out, honey, I would exploit that motherfucking name, and I would have been one of these. I know damn well she could have got on a reality show like Lovely TC. Just off of the name alone, honey, she could have gotten in some doors. So she dropped the ball her damn self. She needs to get with some marketers or something and get on somebody's VH1 and get an old nasty $10,000 a week check. Because I'll be damn if I'm going to be doggone out here knocking on doors for $20 an hour. And my name alone can afford me $100,000-$200,000 just being a celebrity socialite. You can doggone popularize yourself to a level where you can just get paid $2,000 for a walk through in the club. You don't got to be a stripper or nothing. Just off your likeness, you can doggone brand yourself, become popular, and doggone get paid just to walk in the club. Once again, all of that she needs to be taught about. Because when you are a celebrity, you have the benefit to move different. You don't need to go to, especially up to this level. Now, we're going to get to Affinity and them in a moment. But when you are of the creme de la creme, when you are related that close to a world-renowned A-list celebrity, it's like you should have the privilege and benefit of doggone utilizing that. Utilize that likeness and get that money and then flip it into like a hair business or something like that. Especially during the times where black folks are now becoming woke and we're starting to get these hair stores left and right. We used to talk about we was forced to go to the Asians, and now in Fayetteville I'm starting to see more and more black owned beauty supplies. So it's so many different avenues that she can go. Like, she could converse with old girl from doggone Married to Medicine, not Married to Medicine. Is it Married to Medicine LA? Old girl, the new one that got in there, the dark skinned one that looks close to me. Not the Asian chick, but the other one that was in there. She got her own hair business that she's constantly seeking out franchisees to jump in on. Like, she could doggone get her own hair care business. And then, like I said, with her being doggone the daughter of Dr. Dre, there's no reason in the world she don't have an endless amount of different streams to be able to become a multi-millionaire just off of that alone. Hell, look at doggone Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian, you know, in addition to the porn tape, she became a socialite just off of her name alone. And the Dr. Dre name has a far higher reach than doggone Rob Kardashian. So it's like, girl, if you don't go and doggone utilize your doggone privilege of your name and doggone get on these shows, flip that money, and then build your generational wealth that way by way of your father's name, since he don't want to help you out directly, he want to have you go through lawyers and shit. I wish I could do that to my doggone sorry ass father, honey. Cause honey, come to find out, I'm in the same situation on a middle class scale. And then it's like it plays on your psyche. It's like you the child that your parent don't want nothing to do with. At least she had some sort of relationship. Like, I ain't never had none with mine. But I hear from my doggone, you know, just from talks of the town, all my other siblings, come to find out on my paternal side, I got like 7-8 different siblings. And here I am struggling, house searching, doing all this, that, and the third. And I would still be that way. I would still be a grinding entrepreneur, even with the help. But it would be far easier if I at least had some sort of, you know, help in a way. Like, if I was given a house and I could utilize that as a way of, you know, collateral and be able to get a business. Because y'all know me being in the beauty industry is a high-risk industry. So it's hard to get a business loan. But if you had something like home ownership where you could get equity in it, that would gonna come a long way. Or, you know, help out with the car. You know, something like that. You know, equity with the cars. Well, you don't get equity with the car. It goes down. But, you know, I won't have to worry about a monthly doggone payment on the shit. But come to find out, All my other siblings and stuff, they get a house to live in, no rent or nothing. And it's like, well, shit, you could darn gonna leave. It's like, damn, how much the rent prices is. It's like, can you at least rent me a darn gone place for the low? But it's like, I don't know what it is where it's like, okay, you don't want to claim me because of my junky darn gone demon that you darn gone slept with or whatnot. It's like, well, she the fucked up one that you mess with. Everybody, because from what I heard of the other parents, you know, they were nurses and this, that, and the third. You was married to one of them. But she was just the flunky darn on crack junkie that you mess with. And I'm the result. So it's like, is there some resentment there and I'm being punished by way of, like, once again, this is all the things that go through somebody like my mind. When I hear about, and then granted, my siblings, from what I'm hearing, all of them are older than me. I'm 28. I'm like the youngest out the bunch. I think there might be one or two that might be like a couple years younger than me. But it's like, here you is, put them up in a house, no question asked, no payments, no nothing. And then meanwhile, here you is, you got the entrepreneur child who darn gonna got all these business ideas and everything else, who just needs the funding and just a little bit of help. I don't get so much as a phone call. I don't get so much as a hello or anything. So the fact that darn Dr. Dre's darn daughter at least gets talked to through the lawyers or something, honey, she's a step up for me. She's a huge step up for me on so many different levels in a whole different tax bracket. Because, honey, see, unlike her, I can't use my darn father's name and darn go and get a reality show. Because, honey, I would have been did that. It would have got my spa off the ground. I would have got my grocery store off the ground. I would have got my skincare line off the ground. I would have had my makeup line off the ground. Honey, DivaWuan would have had several different streams of income coming in. I got movie ideas that I want to put out. Honey, if I was connected to damn Dr. Dre, honey, I would be having blockbuster movies in the works. See, this is stuff that I can't ever do because, honey, I don't see myself getting to the, unless I hit the lottery, I won't ever become a director in my dreams of, you know, producing movies to the level of which I would want to. That won't come into fruition. But I know what I'm able to do is at least someday get my spa business off the ground. Get a neighborhood grocery store off the ground, stuff like that. Now, the dreams that I would have loved to have done is become like a renowned, movie director, an actress. Once again, those are stuff where I should have been the one connected to damn Dr. Dre, damn it. But yeah, girl, if you don't go and use your likeness at this point, I know something. Now, on to Yandy and Mendecees. Now, Mendecees, I understand you wasn't there. You didn't sign the birth certificate and all this, that, and the third. But that don't give you the right to be a jackass. And girl, and Infinity, I got to get on your ass too with your lesbian relationship that they keep darn on. I don't know what it is with LGBT. I would think with all the gay and lesbian and bisexual folks that's been on Love and Hip Hop at this point in the game, that y'all wouldn't have no problem mentioning such stuff. Hell, Mimi was on there for the longest. Y'all kicked her off once she didn't want to show her separation with Ty. That's why she ain't on there this season. But that's a whole nother video. But it's like with all the lesbian gates and gay gates and everything else, y'all had Christopher Milan over there in LA. Y'all got Bobby Lights over there in Florida. And all this, that, and the third. Atlanta is like the gay black capital of the nation. I'm trying to figure out why is we darn speaking in innuendos about Infinity being with a woman. Just like with darn Rashida never bringing up the fact that her son was dealing with boys and we were seeing him darn jacking off and shit on the Tumblr. All that got swept under the damn rug, honey. But y'all know the porn connoisseur, honey, is DivaWuan. Honey, DivaWuan don't miss shit. But as a courtesy, I did not bring that up in commentary because Lord knows I've done had enough of y'all from Love and Hip Hop and other shows, kindly DMing me and shit. And I was like, okay, I don't want Rashida darn on DMing me because. So needless to say, I let it go with Rashida. Because y'all know someday DivaWuan going to make it to Atlanta. And Lord knows I don't need Kirk and Rashida rolling up on me. DivaWuan ain't trying to make too many enemies when I get to the A. So, certain topics I did not touch on when they darn going was fresh on the press. And then, DivaWuan having ears to the street had some extra inside tears. But once again, I left it alone. But back to the subject at hand. With Mendecees and Yandy. Mendecees, I understand you did not sign the birth certificate. However, you and Yandy is one. And you keep saying your children this, your children that. You're doing it in a passive-aggressive way where you're making the distinction between affinity and darn going your children. Biologically. And she can feel that. The eye rolls and all this. It's like you ain't even giving her a damn chance. Y'all want to out the house, all this, that, and the third during a pandemic. See, this is what people ain't darn gonna realize. Talking about 2 months worth of rent. We gonna set you up with 2 months worth of rent. What the fuck is 2 months worth of damn rent during a time where in the state of Georgia minimum wage is $7.25 an hour? It's already been proven that in somewhere like Atlanta you need to be making $20 an hour to be living just comfortably at the minimum. So what job that she supposed to be getting while she is still in college, temporarily out, because once again this was during the time where the college students were getting kicked out of campus because of the panty honey. So with that being said, it's like she's still a college student. So she can't even get a job full-time, like 40 hours. So I'm trying to figure out how in the hell y'all think she supposed to hold down a house after 2 months. And she also supposed to be a college. See, this don't make no bit of sense. This don't make no sense. How is she supposed... And now granted, some of the college girls and stuff can do it. But she should not be in that predicament as a daughter of 2 darn on reality stars who are millionaires. Now, we understand y'all don't want her to be a freeloader, this, that, and the third. But last time I checked, I don't think she dropped out of college. I don't think she did. Now, if she did, honey, y'all need to get her back in there. And y'all need to be paying it all. She need to take advantage of the fact that she don't have to worry about not nailing up the student loan. Okay? So with that, if y'all can afford to splurge on $100,000 cars, bitch, y'all can afford to pay that $20,000 annual darn going, school fee. Just saying, she should not be having to wait on Joe Biden to darn going to eradicate student loan debt when she has 2 parents like y'allselves. So with that being said, I'm trying to figure out why is we darn going trying to kick Affinity out in this situation. It's like if y'all didn't want it there in the beginning, y'all should have said that from jump. But here y'all is straddling the fence talking about baby steps this, baby steps that. And it's like what she did was fucked up. She done already got her cussing out behind it. Yandy and darn going Infinity done made up. That should have been the end of it. Y'all should have put the bitch on notice. You was a bitch in this moment. You're 18, I'm going to call you what it is. Infinity was on some bitch shit. You done got checked about it, and that should have been that. Now, if she does something else to slip up, then you darn gonna tap that motherfucking ass on out the motherfucking door. But right now, during this time where you have a 18-year-old teenager, during the midst of a pandemic, and all this, that, and the third, who is dealing with abandonment issues and all this, that, and the third, this is not the time for you to have these eye rolls and all this. And I granted that, editing stuff, you miss out on certain things, but at the same time, the camera ain't making up shit. From what we are seeing, we're seeing the eye rolls and you walking away and all this, that, and the third. Not giving a damn, like you didn't go over there to at least give her a hug or anything. And then here you is talking about, well, you dealt with a abandonment and you don't know how to process feelings. bull motherfucking shit. Because if it was one of your biological children who was breaking down in that moment, I would expect that you would have darn not walked away. Talking about, oh, well, you dealt with these people and stuff burning you and shit as a child. So you as a grown 40-something-year-old man is projecting your issues on a on your stepdaughter. I mean, on your, not stepdaughter, but your adopted daughter. Like, that don't make sense. Like, as a parent, you suck up your personal issues and look out for the betterment of the child. But see, Mendecees don't value Affinity as a bonus daughter. Like Tina Knows would say. See, Tina, and granted the dynamics are totally different because, you know, with Tina, all her children are grown and shit. Hell, Bianca is older than Beyonce. She's like 43 years old, still looking like she's 20. But it's like, you know, just the verbiage of acknowledging the children as my bonus daughter, my bonus son. But you don't even ever reference Affinity as a damn daughter. So it's like, you already seem like you don't give a damn either way. And then Yandy, you going along with the get along. You ain't war for hot damn either. And then Affinity know what she was getting into about, you know, certain shit was going to be broadcast just based off of when she came into this shit. She knew you was a reality star. But at the same time, though, y'all edit out so many other damn stuff when it's convenient. Here you is got this girl dealing with mental health issues, and mental health is a serious issue in the black community that we don't like to talk about. Mental health is very key. Where is old girl when you need her? Taraji P. Henson. They give you the PSA. But like Affinity said, if this was one of your biological children, would you be running this storyline on motherfucking Love and Hip Hop? Just like Rashida had sheltered her son. Now, granted, that's for a whole different set of reasons. You know, the legality reason. He was out there, teenager, you know, putting his parents into some fuck shit. Now, granted, but honey, there's some other stuff that's even after he turned 18, he was still wilding it out, honey. And they still didn't touch on that situation. But like I said, I'm not going to say too much more on that. But it's like, even then, after he turned 18, honey, you didn't hear Rashida bring up certain stuff. That, honey, that definitely would have made the darn on TV, honey. That would have made the TV ratings. But once again, you know, you got to have some sort of morals and decorum when it comes to about your children. And not everything needs to be exploited for fanfare. And I believe in this situation as well, a certain amount of stuff shouldn't have been up for public consumption. It really shouldn't. But once again, she's your darn adopted daughter. And y'all don't really too much give a fuck halfway. And darn Mendecees don't really give a fuck at all. So she's expendable from what I'm seeing. Because once again, y'all talking about 2 months worth of rent. But I ain't hear nothing about getting over there with Boyce Watkins and putting her in the Yo Black World School of Financial Literacy and shit. I don't hear nothing about, you know, okay, let's get you a hair business or something because, honey, she got the hair, the makeup going on. Let's get you into some, like, with y'all names behind her, it's so many different stuff that she could do where she could make some money where she don't have to be living paycheck to paycheck. Because from what I'm hearing, what Yandy and Mendecees trying to get her to do, like, oh, well, go get you a job and we'll pay for 2 months worth of rent. Y'all setting up to live paycheck to motherfucking paycheck. Having to survive, having to draw a food stamp card. And see, this the shit that I'm talking about. Why is children of millionaires are being put in positions where they will qualify for food stamps? This don't make no damn sense to me. Because nowhere in that conversation did I hear them talk about, okay, well, with a job idea, I got an idea. Since you love hair, this, that, and the third, or let's get you set up with some hair vendors. Let me teach you about, you know, And then that's where y'all could have brought Shekinah Joe in the situation. Get her ass back on TV. But see, then again, y'all know she dealing with that legality situation because she done ran her mouth and got herself caught up with Clifford and darn gone tiny shit. So that's why we ain't see her ass on here this season. So y'all would have got another beauty stylist instead. Well, matter of fact, isn't darn gone Sierra like a esthetician as well? Don't she own the beauty salon herself? So it's like, couldn't darn going, once again, that's where some connection could have gone in. Y'all could have had her darn gone do some shadowing at darn gone Sierra place. You know, be the receptionist or something like that and learn the jargon of the beauty salon. Or, you know, if she wanted to get into fashion, once again, here's where you could have darn gone introduce another character from Atlanta and you know, mesh y'all selves together. You could have had her intern over there at Press. Darn gone Rashida open up her new spot again. I'm sure she about to do a Indeed search, a snag a job search. Y'all could have darn gone got her in there. So I'm trying to figure out why is y'all darn gone just saying, oh, well, let's go get a job, as opposed to, oh, what we going to do is we going to let you darn gone, you know, shadow Rashida, you know, get the tips of the trades and stuff. And then we're going to put you over here with this person. They're going to teach you about your grants and all this, that, and the stuff. How to get your good business location, this, that, and the third. We're going to teach you how to construct a business plan. We're going to hook you up with our accountants and shit to tell you the do's and don'ts. You know, get your employees set on payroll, but we're going to start you out small. You know, you got to be a one-woman show for a minute to show us that you can do this. And then as you build on up, we can change your LLC to have multiple people underneath you, this, that, and the third. See, that's the conversation that should have been had. But instead, y'all talking about, oh, we going to get you a job and just pay you up a couple months worth of damn rent. During a time where rent is going sky high. What used to be $1,000 is now going for $1,800. And then you got to have multiple months worth of deposits down, already down, due to landlords rightfully feeling like, you know, somebody who don't have an established credit history, who don't have a long job history, they might be extremely high risk. And then doing this eviction moriamero, I know I'm mispronouncing that. Y'all tell me how to phonetically pronounce it. But during the eviction moriamero, y'all know what I'm trying to say. During the time where tenants can be kicked out, it's like landlords, as a result, with new tenants, they're trying to make sure they have multiple months worth of rent and shit paid up front and all this, that, and the third. So having a 18-year-old who is still partially in college out on her own during the time of the panty is very highly unrealistic in general, especially when you talking about you're connected to two darn millionaires. That shit did not make not nail bit of motherfucking sense to me. And like I said, we as black people be setting up our children for failure. From Beats by Dre, there's no way in the world why his darn grown 30-some-year-old daughter should not have had several different businesses and shit. And I'm trying to figure out how much money would now. Dr. Dre ain't come out and said nothing in you know, in detail, but I want to know how much money will she get. Because from what I'm hearing and from what I'm seeing, she don't look like the type that splurge on, you know, weave and shit. It's not like, because from what I see in that news clip, she wasn't giving me Beyonce hair. She wasn't giving me every week she got to have the latest fashions. She don't look like a drug addict. So I'm trying to figure out exactly how much money was darn gone Dr. Dre actually giving her. Because for what I'm seeing, it damn sure couldn't have been a lot if she's crying broke already. And from what I'm seeing, she definitely wasn't misappropriating the money or anything. And then from what I was hearing, she moved in hopes of getting a job, a better paying job, this, that, and the third. So she has the mindset to work. And she was trying, I think they said she was also trying to get become a lawyer, this, that, and the third, you know, Dr. Dre's daughter. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, so was Dr. Dre not giving her? Was Dr. Dre only giving her enough just to live month to month? Because that's what I'm getting. I'm getting that, okay, he was giving her maybe $2,000 here, $3,000 there. But you wasn't giving her no substantial sum of money like you are giving your other your biracial children. Because if you was actually giving her some substantial money where she had some Louis Vuitton purses and shit, honey, she could actually sell that shit, have a couple $1,000s to the point where she could have her car paid off. She could have a down payment on a motherfucking house. She could have had created a business plan around something, use the likeness of her name, and maintain that, and darn gonna have a house paid off and use it for equity. It's like, I'm trying to figure out what was the amount of, and matter of fact, if she comes across this video, girl, you can, I don't do interviews and shit like that, but honey, I would love to interview you. Because these are the questions that need to be answered. What was the amount of money, girl, that darn Dr. Dre was giving you? Because it seemed like you was only getting $2,000 here, $3,000 there. Just enough to darn make ends meet. Because y'all can't tell me that she was actually getting paid $200,000 here, $300,000 there, like the other children are. It don't make no sense to me. But yeah, those are my thoughts, y'all. Like I said, both of these parents fucked up, honey. Mendecees fucked up. Yandy ass fucked up. And motherfucking Beats by Dre has fucked up in this damn situation. Now, as far as Affinity, honey, I love to interview you too. Now, we don't have to go too in-depth with the family situation, because, honey, that's why you in this shit, because they afraid that you telling all the family secrets. So, when I interview you, I won't go too heavy with the questions, but at the same time, I do want to darn learn some more about the family dynamics, though. And you don't need to tell me no major business going on in the house and shit, like, or whatnots. However, as far as general relationships and rapport and stuff with your stepdaddy, she should have every right to voice her thoughts on that. Because like I said, from what we seeing, Mendecees is an asshole. And yeah, you did that Instagram live talking about, oh, well, you took a family picture and, you know, you shouldn't have felt obligated to wait till all your children were there. I get that. However, Affinity has been there, and I don't think we seen no no happy picture between y'all two at all, even when she's there. So that's the difference. So it's not the fact that you took a picture when she wasn't there. It's the fact that when she became in your presence, she's met with hostility. When she's breaking down crying, you ain't giving no darn a hug or no encouraging words. You ain't trying to set up for any type of financial success. You only trying to darn put her up just to darn just survive and not thrive. And once again, being the child of both of y'all, she shouldn't have to be in a situation where she should darn be surviving. She should be just as thriving as your children be set up. Because I'd be damned if you're going to have me darn believe that you're going to treat your biological children this way. That you just going to tell them, oh, just get a job at McDonald's. No, of all things, y'all going to do like motherfucking Rashida and Kirk is doing, and have them darn owning the shit and running motherfucking shit. Instead of darn telling them, oh, get your ass a job at McDonald's, they done set up a restaurant and darn created a family business that darn have generational wealth. But meanwhile, when it comes to your darn bonus daughter, oh, you just go ahead and find you a job on Indeed.com, and we'll help you out with 1 or 2 months worth of rent. That seems like you just don't really give a fuck. That's how it comes off to me. But like I said, y'all leave y'all thoughts down below on this shit. I done said all that I needed to say on the matter. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see y'all soon with more videos. Mwah.